Mitram and Bandhuvo, welcome to South Asia Maps Education Channel, the Partition Series Part 25. And if you are not new to my presentations, and I have more than 280 fascinating presentations and varied topics, you can find me at YouTube channel South Asia Maps JReady. Today's presentation is a partition series. Partition is a very important concept in India. It is not discussed because the leadership was implicated and unwittingly they accepted partition. They tried to blur the issues. Partition is more important than independence of 1947. Partition of India was not done by the British. Partition was done by Islam. And we discussed that earlier. And a discussion of partition needs a serious understanding of ideology of Islam that many Hindus lack, so they pass the buck to the British as a scapegoats. Here we'll be taking a critical look at partition as a part of Islam that was presented through the works of Ram Swarup and Sita Goelji. A criticism of this intolerant belief system is not criticizing the people born in this ideology. As Sita Goel, Ram Swarup say, I say the same thing. So this is a serious ideological discussion the audience has to keep in mind when we discuss. So ideological perspective of partition. June-03 plan is today's presentation. I initially will cover the June-03 plan in two series. First is the part of events, and the next part, 26th, we cover in the GC chamber, Governor General's chamber, what happened. Partition of India series, Vivisection of India series, Truncation of India by Islam, the series 25. What is a partition plan? Popularly called June-03 plan because it was announced on the day by His Majesty government. So June-03 plan we can say is Allah's plan. Originally it is Allah's plan of dividing al-Harb and al-Islam. It is concretized on that day. It is Rab's plan. Of course, Mountbatten as a Viceroy and Crown's representative announced it in Delhi. It is called Mountbatten's plan most popularly. So all these are synonymous. But the most important, the screenplay was done by Allah. So we call it Allah's plan. Events leading to the pronouncement of this Allah's hukum in al-Harb, the Kafir's land. This is the sword of Allah called Talwar of Allah. Saiful, Talwar Allah. Saiful forced the timorous Congress leadership to sign the Allah's document, Allah's plan, partition document, 1947 June 3rd. These are the events. What are the events? The pusillanimous, cowardice, timid or timorous Congress leadership surrenders shamelessly without even the pretense of mock fight. The leadership became very old, jaded and tired, repeatedly annoyed by belligerent Muslim leaguers. They just give up and they wanted to rule. Whatever parties awarded to them by the Radcliffe, that what it happened. Events leading to pronouncement of Allah's hukum. These are the ideological perspectives. This is the political event. World War II started when German leader Hitler moved his Wehrmacht army across Poland, that is September 39. Next 2 days, His Majesty government in London declared war, that is an war with Germany. The British Viceroy, Crown's representative Lord Linlithgow went on All India Radio same day declared India is on war with Germany, to which India has no territorial or water or no disputes thousands of miles away. That was not accepted by the people of India, so Congress ministries ignorantly immediately resigned and came out of the ministries, lacked the political power, and that was soon built, repaid by or occupied by the Jinnahs. Muslim leaguers formed the ministries in the various provinces. Then the August offer, the vague offer that if Congress cooperates and we will give the independence at certain date was not acceptable. Cripps mission said the same thing was not acceptable. 1942 March, August offer 1940, and Congress mistakenly started Quit India movement. It was not prepared very well. What Mrityunjay Veer Savarkar from Maharashtra called it, Quit India should not become the Quit India. That what it happened. Poorly organized, they just burned certain bridges and roads, and Congress leaders were comfortably put in the jail, well taken care of. Especially it is a collaborationist party with the British Crown, once a while asking for more freedom and eventual Commonwealth status, independence and all those things. Then British Commander-in-Chief after Linlithgow quit office was appointed Wavell, and Wavell tried to conduct the Simla conference in 1945, and Wavell plan was announced that was not acceptable because it gave privileges to the Muslim leaguers, and 45-46 poll was conducted. Previous poll, around about 36-37, Muslim League didn't win any place. This time, Muslim League won all the Muslim majority provinces of Punjab, Sindh, Sarhad province, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Congress party won, and spectacularly it won all the seats, 99% of all the seats reserved for the Muslims in the Muslim minority provinces like Madras Presidency, Bombay Presidency, United Provinces, and also that means entire Muslims in Bharat supported Pakistan formation. Cabinet mission plan that failed, and when the ministry was formed by the Nehrus, and League declared direct action day on August 1546, large-scale rioting it engineered called street gangsterism or Islamic gangsterism in the Indo-Gangetic plains. That totally scared the Congress, and that was the main turning point. Congress leaders decided to part the 5 Subahs. Then Mountbatten came as a Governor General, Viceroy's representative, 47 February. He demitted office few months later in 48. Naukali riots, Tippera riots, Islamic street rioting, 47. June-03 plan, that is Mountbatten plans, also called Allah's plan, was formally announced in Delhi, and few weeks later Radcliffe award was given. 5 Subahs was parted to the Islamic jihadis even without fighting. So in our Islamic series, we have taken into, this is the Allah's line or Radcliffe line, how the concept of partition is there in the Quranic ideology and Hadith and Sunnah and Sharia and Tariq, al-Harb, Islam, Momins, Kafirs, Illam and Jahiliya. I discussed before extensively from the works of Sita Goel ji, India's the greatest thinker of modern India, Sri Ram Swarup ji and Dr. Quenraliels, and this is the Radcliffe Award. Anybody, if you are talking to you about the partition, if you don't hear these 6 words from them, that means they didn't understood what partition exactly means. They're just giving you certain political events, but ideological perspectives, they're not aware, they're shying away, or they are just hiding from you. That's what you need to know. So these 15 series just I mentioned here, you can go through. Voice of India think tank. British did not partition India, Islam did. Next, Sisyphus syndrome, based upon the Greek mythology, fruitless and endless approach of Islamic problem. And Who were the gainers? Who were the losers of partition? Hindus was losers, Islam was the gainer, and Macaulayites were gainers, and Sikh Macaulayites, Khalistanis, and I discussed there. Islamic elephant in the Indian room, 220 million people in post-partition. Why did you give 5 Subahs? Why did you still keep them? You failed to integrate them, and now they are very aggressive against the Islamic. Who drafted the Lahore 1940 resolution? Either Allah or Jafarullah, who was the cabinet minister in Linlithgow's cabinet. At the time, the resolution was passed at Lahore by Muslim League Party. The partition script, direction, actors, heroes, villains, and cameos. Story of partition I discussed in part 6. Ala Hadrat Nizam's misjudgment in post-partition, miscalculation, operation follow I discussed. Bengali Mumin subalterns, Fazlul Haq and Shukravardi with Punjabi Gajis in the Baridob, Lahore 1940. Cyril Radcliffe line faithfully follows Quranic Allah's line, part 9. 1942, 320 Pakistan, that is the March 20 Pakistan resolution. Nakli imitates Allah's Akli. That is Nakli resolution, we call it Pakistan. That in a sense not original. Original resolution is present in Quran and Hadith. If you can read it, these are the basic concepts. In 1940 resolution, it was put in English terminology, a little bit different, but the idea is essentially same. Lahore resolution, Nakli imitates Akli of Allah. Sole spokesman of Allah, that is Rasul in Hijaz, sole spokesman of Indian Momins, Muslims, Jinnah in South Asia. Pak-occupied Kashmir, Bengali Musalman occupied Assam. We discussed jihad, Ghazwa, subtleties, nuances, partition lingo. We discussed partition of Gurdaspur districts in Baridob, partition of Sylhet, and so many other series. You can find them. This is the fascinating our land. The East Bengal was given to Islam, and Pashchim Punjab, Potwar Plateau, this is the Peshawar Basin, Sarhad was given. Multan, all this Sindh and Beluch was parted and given by the Congress, pusillanimous Congress, to the jihadis in 1940. That are the events we covered today as this series of Partition 25, and hope this will be very interesting to you. And if you like the presentations, I strongly recommend Mitrom and Bandhuvam. You can go and subscribe the channel and bring the content to the notice of your friends, and you are always welcome to put your viewpoints and comments and any suggestions which we can incorporate in the future presentation. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy at South Asia Maps Partition Series 25, June 3rd plan, Allah's plan, and Raf's plan, Mountbatten's plan we discussed today. See you later in other presentations.